Good evening, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Indira Gandhi Memorial Trust, I welcome you to the award presentation ceremony of Indira Gandhi Prize for Peace, Disarmament and Development for the year 2021. We extend a floral welcome to our distinguished guests on the dais, Shri Muhammad Hamid Ansari, former Vice President of India, Dr. Rukmini Banerjee, CEO of Pratham, which is the recipient of the Indira Gandhi Prize for Peace, Disarmament and Development for the year 2021. Srimati Sonia Gandhi, Chairperson, Indira Gandhi Memorial Trust. We begin with the welcome address by Mrs. Sonia Gandhi, Chairperson, Indira Gandhi Memorial Trust.
Dr. Hamid Ansari ji, Shri Mallikarjun Kharge ji, Dr. Rukmini Banerjee, trustees of the Indira Gandhi Memorial Trust, members of the jury of the Indira Gandhi Prize, friends, for over 3.5 decades since its institution in 1985, the prestigious Indira Gandhi Prize for Peace, Disarmament and Development has been conferred on a wide array of distinguished men and women. Their work has exemplified the values Indira Gandhi cherished, the ideals she espoused, and the causes she championed. Every once in a while, institutions and organizations too are recognized for their contributions in areas very close to her heart. Today is one such occasion. Indira Gandhi left an indelible imprint on our country. She continues to be applauded and admired for her numerous achievements. Even her critics recognize that there was an unchanging core to her personality that defined who she was and what she did. That is, her fierce commitment to an all-inclusive patriotism, her staunch secularism, her indomitable courage and fortitude, her empathy for the poor and instinctive rapport with the people, her unwavering support to self-reliance in all fields, especially in science and technology, her firm belief in the value of education as an instrument of social emancipation and empowerment, and her passionate conviction in environmental conservation and protection of biodiversity, even as India strove for a faster pace of economic growth. She would, I am sure, have been pleased that this prize for 2021 is recognizing work done in the field of education. As she once said, education is a means to place at the service of common people scientific and other knowledge that is acquired and not just a means of earning a livelihood. Literacy, she stressed frequently, is not enough. She quoted Swami Vivekananda's exhortation that what is important is not what one knows, but what one becomes. And I quote, "We must have life-building, man-making, character-making education, And she added, right education transforms the small into the great. Pratham is a remarkable institution that in less than 30 years has made a name for itself in the field of education, not only in India, but globally as well. It has achieved much in making school education more meaningful and impactful, first and foremost for students themselves. It has brought new thinking, not only in pedagogy, but also in monitoring and evaluating as an aid to improve learning outcomes. Its reports and analysis have influenced the public discourse on primary and secondary education in different states, where its engagement has offered a very productive example of public-private partnership. The citation, of course, enumerates its accomplishment in some detail, which assume even greater importance with the new emphasis on digital learning, some of which is technology-driven and necessitated by the COVID pandemic. Indira Gandhi, having spent a year at Shantiniketan herself, was alive to the need for innovation in education, which she strove for during her tenure as Prime Minister. We are glad, very glad in fact, that the prize is being received on behalf of Pratham by Dr. Rukmini Banerjee. She has not only had a distinguished academic career, but as CEO since 2015, has played an exemplary leadership role in achieving these outcomes and innovations. I congratulate Pratham on behalf of all of you, too, and I hope the prize that celebrates Indira Gandhi will provide renewed impetus to the work of Dr. Banerjee and her colleagues at Pratham in the future. Thank you all.
इंदिरा गांधी स्मारक न्यास का अंतर्राष्ट्रीय निर्णायक मंडल प्रत्येक बच्चे की गुणवत्तापूर्ण शिक्षा तक पहुंच को सुनिश्चित करने के लिए लगभग 25 वर्षों से भी अधिक समय तक अग्रणी कार्य करने के लिए शिक्षा उपलब्ध करवाने हेतु डिजिटल प्रौद्योगिकी का रचनात्मक उपयोग करने, अपने कार्यक्रमों द्वारा युवाओं को प्रशिक्षण प्रदान करने, शिक्षा की गुणवत्ता का नियमित रूप से मूल्यांकन करने और कोरोना महामारी में स्कूलों के बंद रहने के दौरान बच्चों को पढ़ाई में सक्षम बनाने हेतु उचित समय पर अपनी प्रतिक्रिया के लिए प्रथम को शांति, निरस्त्रीकरण और विकास के लिए वर्ष 2021 का इंदिरा गांधी पुरस्कार प्रदान करता है। श्री मोहम्मद हामिद अंसारी, भारत के पूर्व उपराष्ट्रपति द्वारा शनिवार 19 नवंबर को नई दिल्ली में प्रदत्त। The International Jury of the Indira Gandhi Memorial Trust has awarded the 2021 Indira Gandhi Prize for Peace, Disarmament and Development to Pratham for its pioneering work over more than a quarter of a century in seeking to ensure that every child has access to quality education, for its innovative use of digital technology to deliver education for its programs, to provide skills to young adults for its regular evaluation of the quality of education, and for its timely response in enabling children to learn during the COVID-19 related school closures. The award is being presented by Shri Muhammad Hamid Ansari, former Vice President of India, on Saturday, 19th of November 2022 at Jawahar Bhawan, New Delhi. The award is being received by Dr. Rukmini Banerjee, CEO of Pratham. May I request Shri Muhammad Hamid Ansari, former Vice President of India, to kindly address the gathering.
Chairperson of Indira Gandhi Memorial Trust, Srimati Sonia Gandhi ji, Dr. Rukmini Banerjee, CEO of Pratham, Mr. Justice Thakur and members of the jury, ladies and gentlemen. The Indira Gandhi Memorial Trust was established in 1985 to honor the life and propagate the legacy of India's martyred Prime Minister, Srimati Indira Gandhi. She was a leader of her people whose vision was a beacon of light and a statesperson renowned the world over. The Trust awards every year the Indira Gandhi Prize for Peace, Disarmament and Development. Besides peace and disarmament, areas of activity close to Indira Gandhi's heart were issues of development and of human development. Foremost amongst the latter was the belief that every child has the right to a quality education. In 1989, this prize was conferred on the United Nations Children Fund, or UNICEF, for its outstanding contribution in safeguarding and developing the health of world's children, and for its assistance for the well-being of the future global community. This year, the prize is being awarded to Pratham for its multiple achievements. It recognizes its pioneering work for over a quarter of a century in seeking to ensure that every child has access to quality education, and for its innovative use of digital technology to and for delivering and educating children, and for its program to provide skills to young adults. Also for its regular evaluation of the quality of education, and above all, for its timely response in enabling children to learn during the COVID-19 related school closures. Today, Pratham's citizen-led initiative for universal education has a national and international network, and its work has been globally appreciated. The 2021 prize is awarded to Pratham for its pioneering work for more than a quarter century in seeking to ensure that every child has access to quality education, for its innovative use of digital technology to deliver education, for its program to provide skills to young adults, and for its regular evaluation and for its timely response in enabling children to learn during the COVID-19 related school closure. Jai Hind.
I request Dr. Rukmini Banerjee to kindly render her acceptance speech on behalf of Pratham.
Mrs. Sonia Gandhi ji, Shri Ansari ji, distinguished guests and many friends. It's a very overwhelming experience to be in the midst of such distinguished people. And when you look at the list of people who've won the prize before, it is even more overwhelming. So on behalf of our Pratham team, we are deeply privileged and honored to be the recipient of the prize. For me personally, it is a very emotional moment. Almost 50 years ago, I was selected from my school. 4 students in 1972 from our school were selected to give Mrs. Gandhi in her hand the money that we had collected for the Bangladesh refugees. And that photograph that was taken on that day held pride of place in our home for many years. That 50 years later we would be in this position is almost too emotional to even think about. But I'm very, very privileged on behalf of a large Pratham team to be here today. None of what we have been able to do would be possible without the support and collaboration of many people, both within Pratham and outside. And I think on a day like today, we must acknowledge everyone who has played a role in our journey. Our 2 co-founders are here, Dr. Madhav Chavan and Mrs. Farida Lambe, who conceived of the idea that today is bearing a lot of fruit. And I think that the history, I think many histories, depending on how they are told and by whom they are told, I'm going to say how Pratham began, but they may not agree with me because they started it and not me. I think the fact that it started soon after the Bombay riots had something to do with the culture of what we have come to believe. उस वक्त ऐसे लगा था शायद उनको कि पूरे सिटी को एक साथ फिर से लाना ज़रूरी है. बहुत सारी चीज़ें जो बम्बई में हुई थी, जो असली बम्बई के लोग थे, उन्हें लगा था कि ये बम्बई में तो एटलीस्ट नहीं होनी चाहिए. So what could be a goal that would bring a whole city together? And that is when every child in school and learning well was conceived. And we have been working on that, not only for Bombay, but for increasing number of states and areas since then. I think the word every is very important, because वो every के बारे में अगर हम लोग सोचें तो हर तरह के बच्चे उसमें आ जाते हैं. And not allowing any child to be left behind, I think also builds the capability among each one of our children. We also believe, and I don't think we are the only ones, that किसी भी बच्चे को अच्छी तरह से बड़ा करने के लिए एक पूरी community की ज़रूरत होती है, एक पूरी family की ज़रूरत होती है. And therefore, when you bring every child into the center of the focus, it automatically means that a whole family and a whole community are behind each and every one of these children. I think our founders also believe that for this every child in school and learning well to happen, everybody must be involved. Not only जिनके पास कुछ नहीं है, but जो संपन्न लोग हैं, उनको भी साथ चलना ज़रूरी है. People from different walks of life. The first governing body of trustees was built of a whole variety of people, eminent citizens, government के लोग, industry के लोग. And when the Pratham work started in Delhi, I'm very proud to say the person who started Pratham in Delhi is also right here, Mr. Khanna, who was, I think, just retired from being ambassador of India abroad. So in Pratham, we have many kinds of people, both people who have held high positions globally, as well as जो एकदम young लोग हैं, जो अभी गांव से उठ के आए हैं और अपनी गांव के प्रगति के लिए सोच रहे हैं. And we are privileged to be part of this. Early on in our career, we looked at every child in school. उस वक्त इंडिया की हालात ऐसी थी कि तभी भी बहुत सारे बच्चे स्कूल के बाहर थे. So in our early years, especially in our work in Bombay, we worked hard to bring children to school, and one of the things that we did at that time was to say अगर हर बच्चे को प्री स्कूल की सहूलियत मिले तो फिर हर बच्चा पहली में जाएगा, और हर बच्चा अगर पहली में पहुंचता है तो फिर वो उसका स्कूल का सफर तो आगे बढ़ता ही जाएगा. As India changed, as situations changed, I think our focus also changed. As more and more children became, coming to school, we started focusing on this issue of learning. Learning का मतलब क्या है? Learning को कैसे और मजबूत किया जाए? And आप लोग वाकिफ होंगे कि 2005 से हम लोग असर रिपोर्ट निकाल रहे हैं. And in the असर report, we focused on learning can be many things. But अगर आपको पढ़ना नहीं आया, तो आप इस रफ्फर पे चल भी नहीं सकते हैं. And therefore, every child reading with understanding, reading with love and joy. Maths को भी उसी तरह से हम देखते हैं, but reading के ऊपर बहुत focus हमने किया. And I think that we have learnt a lot. Many of the things we have learnt are learnt from children, from families, and from communities on the ground. And along this journey, I think एक और हमने बहुत बड़ी lesson सीखी है कि if young people of India believe that they can be part of the solution, if young people of India have the opportunity to participate in actually bringing about progress, if young people in India believe that आगे का रास्ता उन्हीं को लेकर चलना पड़ेगा, then we are a much richer nation than we would be. So I would once again like to thank all of you. I would like to thank the jury कि उन्होंने समझा कि हम इस लायक हैं कि हमें ये पुरस्कार दिया जाए, and आप सभी को that you have allowed us to share this moment with you, with deep thanks from 7,000 people in Pratham and from many, many volunteers जो हमारे गाँव में, हमारे शहरों में हमारे साथ काम करते हैं, with many of our supporters who have supported us for all these years. A very, very big thanks to all of you.
हमारा आज का कार्यक्रम संपन्न होता है. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being with us. We now conclude this program. आप सभी को हम जलपान के लिए आमंत्रित करते हैं. इसके लिए सभागार के पीछे वाले दरवाजे का उपयोग करें. Ladies and gentlemen, kindly join us for high tea. For this, kindly use the middle exit at the back of the auditorium. Kindly remain seated